Factory life groups. That is right. It is so good to have you here today. But before we get into our groups and get involved in all of the different activities that we've got planned, let's recap on last week. So last week I told you about a story about how I found myself in the middle of the woods, and it was really scary and it was really dark, and I panicked, I got really overwhelmed, and I got really scared and nervous, and it was an awful time. But when I looked in my bag, I realized I had a torch, and that gave me a light, and the light helped me to get me out of the tricky situation. Now in the Bible it says this in Psalm 119 verse 105. It says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." Last week in Hero Factory, we talked about how in our lives we are going to be in tricky and scary situations. And just like a light can help us when we're in the dark, and it can guide us in where we need to go, when we are in tricky situations, the Bible is there to help us. It can be a light in our situation. It can make a difference, and it can help us in whatever we are going through. So if you're going through a tricky situation, if you're in a situation where you are scared and worried, the Bible can be a light to our path. A light makes a difference. When there's no light on, it is dark. It can be scary, but when you switch a light on, it helps you to see. It makes a difference. It can guide us in the way that we need to go. So when we're in tricky situations, if we have the Bible, that will always be there to guide us in what we need to do. We just need to open it up and read it. Anyway, enough of me. Let's get into our life groups and see what we're going to learn about today.